What's the creepiest thing a kid has ever told you? A couple of weeks ago, I flew across the country to visit my sister, her husband, and my 4-year-old niece, Isabel. Isabel wanted a snack, so my sister and I took her to 7-Eleven. As we walked inside, she pointed to the freezer case and said, "We have a big one of those in our house, except ours has a lady inside." I laughed, expecting my sister to do the same, but when I turned to her, she looked pale. She grabbed Isabel's hand and said, "Izzy, don't joke like that," with the fakest laugh I've ever heard. My stomach dropped. I asked, "Girl, what?" But she just shushed me and said she'd explain later. The whole drive home, the vibe was off. My sister wouldn't look at me, and I was sitting there wondering if I had just walked into some true crime documentary. My heart was pounding, and I started over-analyzing every conversation we'd had that week. Had she been acting weird the whole time? When we pulled into the driveway, I considered making up an excuse to leave early, but before I could, she told Isabel to go play, and turned to me. "Okay, first of all, we didn't kill anyone. Great start." Then she told me the truth. Her mother-in-law had passed away a few months ago, but they hadn't reported it yet. They were keeping her body in their garage freezer so they could continue collecting her social security checks. I stared at her in absolute horror, but she just shrugged and said, "People do this all the time. I have no idea if that's true, but I do know I'm never babysitting at her house again."